Hey Comets, welcome to another day of learning, and we're almost there to the end, and I gotta admit, motivation is really low and it's getting harder and harder to push through, but if you are watching this, great job. Kudos to you for being a part and staying in there, and my dog decided to join in here. So I'm gonna work through the last bit of the packet, hopefully get at least most of it done, and if not, I'll be posting another video. But my idea is to get it all done today. So it's there for you. You can get through it and be done. All right, here we go. Random review. Yesterday we looked at decimals and fractions. Today we're looking at absolute values and signed numbers. And I'll be honest with you, there's some stuff in this that we have not looked at yet. I'll try to teach you as best as I can what to do with it if you want to, but some of it don't be afraid to just kind of skip over it and say, oh, that's a 7th grade standard. All right, well, I'll deal with that next year, especially this week. All right, so first off, A is one of those problems. Okay, -9 minus 3. We have not learned what to do with negative numbers. Now we've looked at them as far as where do you put them on a number line, and what does it mean when you have the absolute value of a negative? But we have not looked at what do you do if you're adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing negative numbers. Okay, that is something you learn in 7th grade. Okay, so do your best with this, but here's what you do. Okay, I'll just give you a quick tutorial. All right, because I can't not teach you. It's in my blood, right? So -9 minus 3. Where are you going, Anna? You going down? Oh, you're gonna watch? Okay, all right. -9 minus 3. We don't do subtraction, okay? We don't do it. We do addition. Okay, how do we do that? We add the opposite. So we add the opposite of -3. Now, when you have two signs the same, okay, you add them together, okay? So I have 9 and 3. I'm going to add together. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and our other dogs are getting in the action. I don't know if you heard that. This might be an interesting video. All right, you have 9 plus 3, which is 12. And then since both of these are negative, my answer is negative. Okay, so I would have -12 there for A. All right, next one for B. Okay, this one we can do. All right, we have seen this before. You have the absolute value of -7 plus 8. Absolute value of -7 is just 7. So it's 7 plus 8, which is 15. All right, next one. Oops. There it is, see? All right. Now back, same thing with here. See, absolute value of 10 plus the absolute value of -10. I think you guys could do that one. All right, D, whoa, I haven't done anything like that before. All right, so let's do that. -3 minus 4 plus a -6. All right, let's take a look at that one a little bit closer here. I think this might get interesting. Our dogs are all converging in this very room. All right, so -3 minus 4 plus -6. Knew that was coming. -3, we're going to change subtraction to addition. Add the opposite. I have a -4 now. Okay, -3, -4, add together be a -7, because 4 and 3 make 7. They're both negative, it's -7. And then I add that to a -6. They're both negative, so I add them together. 6 and 7, I believe, is 13, and they're both negative. So my answer would be a -13. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. All right, now we have some multiplication. Okay, we haven't talked about multiplication yet with the negatives, but that's all right. Let's give it a shot. Okay, for E, we got -4 times -2 plus 10. Okay, -4 and -2. Okay, when I multiply negatives, if they're both negative, my product, what I get, my answer is going to be positive. Okay? So if you have an odd number of negatives, the answer is negative. If you have an even number of negatives, like 2, which we have here, it is a positive outcome. Okay? So -4, -2 is 8. That is a positive. 8 plus 10 would be 18. Okay? Don't worry too much if this is not sticking. It's okay. You get to learn this next year. All right, let's look at F. Since F has the absolute value of 5 first, and then it's 8 times a -2. All right, remember what I said? If one is negative, one is positive, the outcome is going to be negative. So 8 times -2 is going to be 16, but in this case, -16. All right, And then the absolute value of 5 is 5. Okay, now take a look at this. One of these is positive, one of them is negative. What do we do with that? Okay, if the signs are the same, we add them together, and the answer is going to be whatever sign it was. Here, we're going to find the difference between these two. If the signs are different, find the difference. Okay, that's my saying that I say. If the signs are different, find the difference. So we need to find the difference of 15 and 16. They're 11 apart. Okay, and whoever wins this tug of war gets the sign. Well, who's going to win? You got 5 on the team of the positives. You got 16 on the team of the negatives. Yeah, no competition. Negatives are going to win. So that would be a negative 11. All right? So that's our answer there. And I think we're going to move on from there. See what you guys can do with those. All right? Just for time's sake, I'm gonna hold off there. If you're like, no, can't do it, don't worry about it. Okay, guys, seriously. This is 7th grade stuff. Okay, you're welcome to try, but don't feel bad if you're not going to get them. And then graph the numbers on the number line. I think you guys can handle that. All right? Okay? Now, write a numeric expression using absolute values that would represent each situation, then calculate the answer. Well, let's do one of them together. Okay? Letter A. It says, water in El Dorado Lake begins at 4.5 feet below sea level. 4.5 feet below sea level. That's going to be a negative amount. And then it changes to 3.25 feet above. 3.25 feet above. So I'm going to add those two distances together and put them in absolute value bars. Okay, so it's going to be 4.5 plus 3.25, and I'm going to add those together. I believe that is a 7.75 feet of increase. Okay, so I wrote the expression. Probably good if I zoomed in so you guys can see a little bit better. I wrote the expression, and then I solved it, and I get the answer of 7.75 feet. Okay? Next. I think you guys can get it from there. All right? Just remember to put absolute value bars around the numbers and then add them together. Okay? Let's move on to ratios and problem solving. Of the 31 students surveyed, 19 prefer white bread. The remaining students prefer wheat bread. So we want a part to part and a part to whole. Okay? Well, 31, is that our part or is that our whole? Okay? I think that is our whole. So we have a whole that is 31. We have a part that is 19. What's left over for my other part? Okay, well, I haven't had to go to it yet, but I'm going to because the dog's barking and it's hard for me to focus. 12. Okay, so my part to part would be 19 white to 12 other, because we don't know what the other kind of bread is. Oh, no, we do. Sorry, I take that back. It's wheat. I mean, I would have guessed that, but you know. Okay, so that is my part to part. My part to whole ratio is going to be 19 white bread to 31 total. Okay, that's how I would write that down. Okay, and that's all you need to do on that, is just write a part to part and a part to whole ratio. Okay, all right. Problem solving with ratios and rates. Alberto is in charge of making lunch at a summer camp. He knows that 3 tuna casseroles will serve 15 campers. Okay, how many tuna casseroles would Alberto make to serve 35 campers? Okay, well, we know that it takes 3 casseroles to serve 15 campers. All right, but I want to know how many to serve 35 campers. All right, so let's take a closer look. I need to know how many times I need to multiply 15 by 35 to get this answer here. But you know what I could do? I could simplify this a little bit. Okay, 3 goes into 15 5 times. So 1 casserole feeds 5 campers. Now it's a little easier to see how many go into, wow, they're really barking. 5 goes into 35 7 times. And so I know that I need 7 casseroles. Okay? All right. I'm going to stop there, and the next video is going to cover this next page. Thanks, guys, for watching.